This is your statewide newscast, Arkansas Today.
Well, Noire is the state's newest print and online publication that launched just last month for news and culture. Now, its mission is to share the inspiring stories of African Americans living right here in Arkansas. Stephanie Jackson joins me now. Thank you so much for being here today.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about this new publication. What kind of inspired you guys to launch this?
So my husband Myron and I, we have always loved storytelling. I'm a former journalist myself. I spent a dozen years here in this place as my work home more than a decade ago. And so over the pandemic, we started thinking about the absence of really rich, powerful stories that reflected the African American experience in Arkansas. And so we decided it's time to do what we've been wanting to do for at least 5 to 10 years. And we put pen to paper and created this publication that is telling some really powerful stories in a beautiful way. We've put great emphasis on the art aspect, the photography of the book. And so it is not only really great, powerful, rich stories from a written perspective, but also our photography and graphics are just as beautiful as well.
What's it been like for you to hear these stories and write them and really be able to share them with the rest of the community?
It's been awe-inspiring. It's been a really great experience for me personally, because some of these stories I can identify with as a Black woman in Arkansas. One of our stories that I keep hearing so much about is menopause, and how this story has really impacted the people who've read it so far. As a woman who is entering menopause, or the early stages of perimenopause, I've been told, exploring this and why it impacts African American women differently is something that I hadn't been told before. You know, my mom and aunt would sit around the kitchen table and talk about hot flashes. Well, that was the extent of it. Mm-hmm. There's so much more to it. And so we explore that in Noire. One of our other stories takes us to the northwestern corner of the state, where there's an African American man there who's opened up a tea shop. And this tea shop actually is sourcing tea from native countries in Africa. And so, wow. Yeah, it's an amazing story of how he is bringing his cultural background from Nigeria and other countries there to Arkansas for people to sample and purchase this tea. And so we cover all parts of the state. And it's just been a really great experience.
Awesome. Well, before we go, I want to talk a little bit about how people can read it and when the next issue is going to come out.
Sure. Well, this is a quarterly publication. Our first issue premiered in November, and so we're in Q4 of the year. Our next issue will premiere, will debut in Q1, so people can look forward either in February or March, around that timing of the year. But you can also go online right now to noirearkansas.com, which is Noire Arkansas.com, to see our premiere issue.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. We'll look forward to that new issue at the beginning of the year.